Welcome to the Nassau County Media Day here at Oceanside High School, presented by New York Orthopedics and TD Sports with the broadcast. Everybody, I'm Jared Veluzzi. I'm from Newsday, and excited to talk to all the teams here. And the first team we got, it's Carle Place High School with Coach Selhorn and the great group of guys he brought today with Mario D'Alessandro, Justin Powers, Jack Ryan, and Michael Seglin. And Coach, last season you guys had a fantastic year, making the playoffs. So how do you think you're going to build off that type of momentum heading into this upcoming year?
Thank you, Jared. I took over the past 2 years from a struggling program, and over the past couple of years, we kept building. Nice group of kids. We've been doing off-season workout in the February break and all that stuff. And then the summer, and then we continued to the following year where we did a lot of recruiting. I know you guys are going to see Ryan Leary picked up, and he was a big addition for us. And we continued, again, this offseason, again, heavily recruiting. It's between us and East Rockaway, one of the smallest in Nassau County. So we constantly have to do recruiting, and we have 24 kids on our varsity, and we actually have our first time since I've been here, full-time JV. So we did a lot of recruiting, a lot of lifting in the summer. We got some basketball kids that wanted to come out, and they came out as juniors, and I think they're going to help us this year.
Yeah, that's awesome. And if you could pass the mic to Mario. And Mario, last season, of course, Carle Place got a lot of attention because Ryan Leary was a fantastic player, but I thought what was impressive was how you guys responded to it, winning football games. So, what does that say about your program and how you guys developed last year?
Yeah, so Ryan coming to football made pretty much all the younger kids kind of want to play too, and really elevated Carle Place football.
Yeah, and you could go to Justin here. And Justin, what are some of the things that you're most excited about this upcoming season for Carle Place?
I'm most excited to see a lot of the younger athletes coming in and filling those roles that have to be replaced because there were a lot of seniors. And
yeah, Jack. It's also we'll go to Jack here. This season with Carle Place, you guys are seated a little bit lower, despite making the playoffs. So how pumped are you to kind of come out here and maybe prove some people wrong?
I'm pretty pumped. We have a lot of new younger guys that are coming out, a lot of athletes. We're gonna try to make a push for a playoff seed again.
Yeah, we can go over to Michael here, and Michael, you're gonna be running the football here, toting the rock. So what's the mentality you guys have when it comes to grounding and pounding?
I think I'm pretty confident in our line. We lost a couple of guys, so I think we're gonna be able to do a lot of damage.
Everybody, Carle Place, clap it up. Welcome back to Oceanside High School, and alongside me here at the Cold Spring Harbor Seahawks, Coach John Mandreski, Dennis Keeley, Roy Testa, and Alex Vitale. And Coach, last year, Cold Spring Harbor, back to Hofstra, where you guys are used to, playing late games in November. But this season, of course, new team, new expectations. How's the offseason going?
Thank you, Jared. I think the expectation stays the same. Obviously, get into the postseason. We lost a good amount of seniors last year, and we're a young team this year. We have numbers are not great, so we're no JV, so we have a lot of 9 through 12 up on varsity at this point. But we're looking to get some stuff from those younger guys, and having the returning guys next to me here, along with a couple others, kind of toe the line and make things happen for us.
And Coach, I got to ask, with it being 9 through 12 now, what have you seen from the seniors and the upperclassmen when it comes to leadership and bringing those young guys in?
Yeah, I think, first couple of days have been great, and these guys have embraced those younger guys, and I think they've gotten the point across that, listen, you guys are important, and you might need to, step in at times, maybe more than they would have anticipated, earlier in the season, earlier in the summer, I should say. So these guys have done a good job making those guys comfortable, helping them understand the system.
All right, awesome. We'll go over to Roy here. And Roy, this season, it looks like you're going to take a much bigger role at the running back spot. So, how excited are you to, get some more carries here?
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Really excited about that, especially running behind a great experience and big line. So I'm hoping it's going to be a healthy and solid season.
Yeah, and Alex, you're going to be the anchor up front for the Seahawks team, and I know you guys aren't quite the biggest on the line, but you guys have a lot of toughness. So yeah, what's the mentality when it comes to you guys winning games at the line of scrimmage?
So for the line, it's just all about getting down. Like we really, even though we're not the biggest team, we still have the heart to run through guys, and we're really excited to see, especially the attitude. We've seen that as the younger guys. They really want to do better, and I want to lead these guys into a new role where they can step up and do really well for us.
Yeah, and we'll go to Dennis here, and Dennis, you and Roy kind of get to form this 1-2 punch out of the backfield this season, which I think a lot of people are looking forward to. So yeah, when you hear the sound of that, how pumped are you for it?
It's really exciting, playing alongside Roy has kind of been like our thing for a while, and excited to see what happens.
Yeah, and we'll go to Roy one last time here. And Roy, you guys are phenomenal on the lacrosse field. Some people just consider you guys as a lacrosse school, but you're looking to bring something to football here, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's just a smaller group of guys from a small school. We've been playing sports our whole lives together, so got more chemistry than most schools. So it's gonna correspond with one another.
All right, that's Cold Spring Harbor, everyone. The next team up is East Rockaway / West Hempstead. It's a merger, and I'm with Coach Russell Pager and his squad today: Tristan Rose, Michael Tizio, Yensi Duran, Terry Hayes, and Jaden Romeo. And Coach, a lot of excitement here this season for you guys. Teaming up with West Hempstead on the merger. So yeah, what have you seen so far with the two schools playing with each other for the first time?
Listen, the last couple of days have been great. Kids get along really well. They have fun. They're learning. It's a little easy. We had the same offense, so it kind of made that easier, both on a double wing. Again, it's a good thing. We practiced together a lot last year. We had joint practices, so we just took it the next step. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, and I'll ask this next question to Terry. Terry, last season you were living in the backfield, it felt like, with some great performances. So yeah, defensively, I know you guys had some injuries all over the place, but this year you have more depth. So how excited are you for this new look on defense?
I'm very excited. We have a lot of depth on the D-line, so now we can take breaks with some players, and I think we have a really good linebacker core, and our safeties are great. I think we're going to hit people hard, and we're going to be a very hard team to play against this year. Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it.
East Rockaway always is, and we'll go to Michael here, who listed as a quarterback, and with this tough offense to stop, it also is probably tough to run. So yeah, what's it been like learning this offense this season?
So running the offense with them, getting to know new guys, like putting new guys at new spots. We're returning a lot of linemen from last year. They were young. We were young last year. This year we're going to be very experienced, and putting the new West Hempstead guys into spots that we needed that we did not have last year is going to be really good for us.
Yeah, we'll go to Yensi here. And Yensi, this your first season with these guys. So when it comes to acclimation of playing with a new team from your perspective, what have you seen so far?
I've seen that the team really meshes well together. I feel like a lot of the guys from West Hempstead kind of filled a lot of spots and gave a lot of reinforcements to places where needed help. And we have a lot of depth. We have a lot of guys who are ready to play. And we're looking to come up from looking as an underdog, as a team that got merged, and to really show people that together we can be a good team.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And Jaden, this season, it feels like kind of like what Yensi said, man, something for you guys to prove. So, what are you looking forward to the most to kind of show Nassau County what this new team could be about?
I'm just looking at that we build a great chemistry, just take it home.
Yeah, and Tristan, for this upcoming season, what are some of the goals and expectations that you guys have and kind of set in these first few days?
Definitely we have these new players, and we really think that we're going to be at Hofstra this year. It's been a big goal. I know Tiz, TJ, we talked about it last year. We really want to get there, and I think we're going to be able to do it.
East Rockaway, everybody. Clap it up. So the next team up here is Floral Park, new to Conference 4, and joining me here, Floral Park head coach Ron Pickett, Ryan Terwilliger, Ryan DePippa, Michael Kowalski, Rob Laverty, and Jaden Castro. And coach, of course, the big thing for you guys is moving conferences. A lot of new opponents this season. So yeah, what's your thoughts coming into this season, going to Conference 4?
Yeah, like you said, there's a couple teams in here that we've seen before. Lynbrook, Valley Stream North, Valley Stream South being in Conference 3, but everybody else is kind of a new opponent for us. So it's been a lot of film study and acclimation and getting our guys ready to play a lot of different styles of offense.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to it, and we'll talk to your star receiver and Ryan Terwilliger here. And Ryan, last year you guys of course had a great QB. It's gonna be a new face there, but still some great talent in the receiving game. So what do you think people should expect from this passing attack this year?
We've had a good quarterback from JV step up, really showing us what his arm could do. Great receivers with me, great core. So just expect the unexpected.
Yeah, Terwilliger was a finalist for the Pizzarelli last year, and another great receiver is going to be Ryan DePippa, who, Ryan, last year, I think, at least a lot from what I saw from you was on defense, but you're expected to take a little bit more of a role offensively. What are your thoughts, playing more two ways this year?
I'm really excited to take a big step up on offense. We have a great passing game, like Ryan said, and just excited to see what we can do.
Yeah, and I got a question for Jaden here. Because one of the things is you guys are in a new conference, new opponents, but you guys also get to play against Wantagh, I believe, in your crossover game, who's a familiar foe. So yeah, how excited are you to still play against Conference 3 team?
Last year when we beat Wantagh, it was a big upset, but we knew that we could do that, and we believe that we're gonna be able to beat them again.
Yeah, we'll go to the sophomore here, Michael. And Michael, last year you kind of put yourself on the map as a freshman. So going into your sophomore season now, how much more comfortable are you at the running back spot?
I'm definitely more comfortable. I know the system a lot now, and I'm ready to do more.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. And we'll go to Rob here to close things out. And Rob, for this upcoming season, with Conference 4 finally having their eyes on you, what are some of your own expectations for this group here in a new conference?
I'm really excited. We have a experienced lineman coming up from JV this year, and I'm really excited to go with the down 5 we're going to have, and hope to see we could really run the ball and show how we could throw the ball too.
Floral Park, everybody. Back at Oceanside High School, and the next team here in Conference 4 is Island Trees with head coach Ryan Vinberg and some of his top players in Marcus Basilius, Freddie Lemus, Gerard Ritter, and Caden McCoy. So, coach, last season, not exactly what you guys were hoping for, but of course this year the goal is to get better, higher expectations. So what are some of the overall thoughts here to start the new season?
Thanks, Jared. We're really excited about the direction of this team this year. We have a lot of returning players and a good mix of JV skilled players that are coming up that are going to fill a lot of roles. We know that a lot of the teams that we're going to play are very competitive. We don't have an easy game on our schedule, but we're all about that. We want to embrace that, and we just know that this team right here is going to do their best and hopefully get into the playoffs.
Yeah, we'll start off with Marcus, and Marcus, one of the big things that I noticed with you is you only had 3 games under your belt last season, but you showed out in those games. Now this season, coming in healthy, how excited are you to get more of a shot at it this year?
I'm really excited, especially with some of the returning players that we have, and especially with all the linemen that we're picking up. I feel pretty confident that I'm able to run the ball with more security, and I'm just excited for the season.
Yeah, and one of those linemen is Freddie Lemus, who we'll go to now. And Freddie, you're one of the bigger guys here in Conference 4. But I got to ask, how great is it having Marcus back and of course, you leading the line?
It feels great to have Marcus back here. It feels great to be back for the season start. And, yeah.
Yeah, definitely, man. And a guy alongside you is going to be Gerard Ritter. And Gerard, it seems like you guys are going to win the game with a lot of success on the ground. And I'm sure you're going to be helping blocking and everything. So, yeah, how's the guys up front looking so far?
The guys up front, along with Freddie, we're looking pretty good. I think we could do our blocking jobs really well. And I'm confident with our quarterback.
Yeah, and we'll go over to Caden here. And Caden, your older brother was a tremendous player at Island Trees. Now it's your turn to really step into the spotlight. So, what does it mean to you to have, this final ride here in high school football?
It feels pretty great. I got good guys surrounding me. I got Marcus alongside of me at running back. Got a new fullback, new quarterback. Line's looking good, but I got big shoes to fill.
Absolutely. And Coach, another question for you. I mean, with Marcus and Caden kind of forming a duo, one guy's a little bit bigger, one guy might be a little bit more shifty, might be like a fire and ice kind of duo. So, how excited are you for, those two to be leading the way on offense?
Well, we are going to be relying on Marcus and Caden to definitely run the ball a lot. But everybody on our team has a job, has a role, and everybody understands that role. And we're just looking to get the job done and get our goals done too.
Thank you, Coach. Island Trees, everybody. All right, back here at Media Day, and alongside me, it's Locust Valley High School, led by Coach Michael Gilbert. And three of his captains, Jack Samansky, Marcus Houteling, and Matthew Libertini. And Coach, you guys have made the playoffs the last 3 years. So, yeah, is that kind of become the standard here for Locust Valley football?
I'd say so. I'd say, each year, obviously it's a new team and it's a new season, and we try and gain some momentum from the season before, but each group is different, and when they focus on taking everything day by day, a lot of times good things happen, like making the playoffs. So I'd say so.
Yeah, and one of the things that's exciting this year is the crossover game. And for you guys get to go up and play Manhasset, a Conference 3 opponent. So, yeah, when you guys saw the crossover schedule released, what were your thoughts on it, getting to play Manhasset?
I think it does. It provides us with a little bit of a competitive game. I don't think it, honestly, doesn't really matter who we're playing or when it is. If it's Manhasset from Conference 3, we'll treat them like any team from Conference 4. We'll prepare for them the same way, and we'll have some fun doing it.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that week, of course. And we'll go to Marcus here. And Marcus, over 100 tackles last year on defense. You were all over the field. And yeah, I also noticed I was at the Plain Edge game. You guys had some great first half performances. I know that Plain Edge game kind of got away from you guys, but yeah, how could you guys prevent some incredible offenses in this conference?
The defense is looking strong. I've been playing with these guys on the defensive side for a long time now, and we have a lot of experience on the defense. We have 2 linebackers that have been playing varsity for almost 4 years now, a couple linemen who have been on varsity forever, and I can't wait to show everyone the experience we have.
And we'll head over to Jack here, and you guys fell short in the quarterfinals, but of course, I know your goal is to, win in the playoffs. So, yeah, what do you think it takes, or that will take to, get to Hofstra here?
It's going to take the whole team. Everyone's going to have to step up. We got a great group of core guys that can, lead the younger guys into their new roles and help everyone compete.
Yeah, we'll go over to Matthew here, and Matthew, as a captain, of course, Coach Gilbert mentioned it's new faces, new team. What's the leadership been like from you three heading into this year?
Yeah, I think it's mainly about showing guys what's expected and how we should take about each day and each practice, and really putting in the effort that's required to win.
And Coach, you were, of course, a great player yourself. What's kind of the mentality that you've instilled in your guys here as we head to, this football season?
I'd say just embracing the fact that we'll never be the biggest or the strongest or the fastest or the more athletic, but we could always be the best mentally and physically in shape team that we can be. So that's something that we embrace through our hard work. And when things like that happen, other things like getting better at football happen with that. So I think that's the best way that we've been going about it.
All right, thank you, Coach. Locust Valley, everyone. All right, back here at Nassau Conference for Media Day, and alongside me here, it's the Lynbrook Owls, led by Coach David Yaker and his guys, Marco Pileski, Jacob Knobloch, Alex Ianui, Ojiagu, and Chris Sommer. So, Coach, last year, you guys were making waves with your offense. You guys got to Hofstra. Now coming back with some great talent. What are your thoughts coming into year number 2 in this conference?
We are excited about what we have back. There's no doubt about it. But, this is not the SEC. This is not the Big Ten. Unfortunately, we don't get to recruit. We get who we get, and it's going to be different every year. So every year, the team is going to look a little bit different. And I'm sure this team will look different than last year's team. We just hope that we can build on the momentum and the standards and the culture that we've tried to create over the last 4 years. And certainly hope these guys have been part of that. All 5 of these guys have been part of that since their freshman year. So we're hoping that they take that next step, which is, last year's team got us to Hofstra, and we'd certainly like to get back there and try to win there. We know it's not going to be easy. Conference 4 is made up of great teams, great coaches, and great staffs, and so we're excited for the challenge. We're looking forward to the challenge, and hopefully these guys will lead us there.
Yeah, you graduated some great seniors, but one of those guys who's back this year is Uji, and I'll talk to him here. He had you had a fantastic junior season, and you kind of put yourself on the map there, and you guys making it to Hofstra. How much did that mean to you last season with all that success?
I really appreciated the guys around me that helped me get there. All the past seniors that graduated, guys like Chase Samuelson and all my linemen. I'm really appreciative of what those guys have done for me.
Yeah, and one of those linemen, it's Alex who we'll go to next, and it's no secret, Lynbrook, you guys graduated your quarterback last year, so the line is going to have to step up and support whoever's behind center. So yeah, what's it been like, leading that unit so far?
Yeah, I'm excited for the season.
That's what I like. And, one of those guys, though, as well, who is going to, be supporting you on defense is Marco, who will go to here. And Marco, I know, you got to be fired up for this season, over 80 tackles last year. What's the mentality that you guys have kind of came out with these last few days?
Yeah, so a lot of our defense is back this year. We're looking really good. Good linebackers, safeties. We have where we need guys, we have them, and we just got to put it all together. Communication, everything. Our offense looks good too. We have a lot of good wide receivers. We got to just put it all together and work together. And I think we have a chance to go back to Hofstra and see what we can do there.
And we'll go to Chris here, and Chris. For the crossover game, it's a topic that I enjoy talking about, and for you guys, it's interesting because you guys get to play against Plain Edge in a game that had 100+ points or whatever it was last season. How pumped are you to just go against them again in this type of rematch here?
I'm very excited. It was a very good game last year. They're they're always competitive, very good team, but we've improved a lot on our defense. Our offense is looking very good, and I think we could shut them down this year.
All right, that's great stuff. Thanks, guys. Lynbrook Owls.
Thank you very much.
All right, the next team up here at Nassau Conference for Media Day, it's the Malverne Mules, as Coach Keto Lockwood with some of his top guys, Jaden Johnson, Brian Major, Jace Richards, Braylon Lewis, and Cameron Wesley. And Coach, you guys... Of course, Malverne is a terrific program. You guys have been to Hofstra in the past. Last year, you guys were not there. So, what do you think it takes to get back to that level here this year? I'm just gonna get that mic right there.
Well, like each coach in our conference has an understanding of being small schools. It takes time, a year or two, to redevelop kids and get them acclimated with your program when you have heavy graduating classes. And these guys did a great job. Their nucleus and their core worked hard together to hopefully continue that trend and get back to Hofstra.
Yeah, and last year, you had a stud who's here today, and Jaden Johnson, who is, terrific on the ground. But I know it's not just Jaden who you guys have here. So, Coach, how pumped are you about, the rest of your team and the weapons you may have on offense?
Well, a year of experience, a year of the weight room, a year of added tutelage is always great. And these guys are excellent teammates, and we always preach the lack of selfishness and just to build team camaraderie, and everything else will take care of itself.
And we'll go to Jaden here, and Jaden, you had that big junior season that I'm sure you were looking for. So yeah, how do you plan on using that momentum to maybe spark a special senior campaign?
Over the last year, just weight room, listening to my coaches, and I hope this year I could achieve more accolades.
Yeah, you're actually a junior, so that's my apologies on that. Big junior season coming up for you though, and also with one of your teammates in Jace Richards, who is great on both sides of the ball, and Jace, I gotta ask, you're a great defensive back, so yeah, what's it been like leading this Malverne secondary here?
This year we're looking pretty good in the secondary. We have a couple position battles with a lot of good guys, but yeah, I think we're gonna be pretty strong in the secondary this year.
And Cameron is going to be one of those guys carrying the football, also going to be good on defense. And Cameron, you're going to form kind of that duo with Jaden Johnson. So yeah, what excites you the most when you think of what you guys are going to be capable of this year?
I don't know. I've been playing with him my whole life, so I'm really just like. I just know what we are capable of. I don't know that my line will block for me this year and meet both of us.
Yeah, I'm super excited about it, and we'll go over to Braylon here. And Braylon, I know you're listed as quarterback, linebacker, kicker as well. So yeah, it seems like you're going to be doing a little bit of everything this year. What are your thoughts of all that going into your final season?
I feel like going into this year, our team is pretty solid. We have a lot of team chemistry. We've been working hard, so I feel like we'll be able to get it done this year.
All right, thanks, Braylon, and we'll go to Brian here. As Brian, you're going to be one of the leaders up front, but also on the offense, defensive line. What do you think is going to make this Malverne front really tough to stop this year?
We got guys like me, Cam, we got several years of experience under our belts. Who cares about that? We're ready to hit people, so when you guys bring your best guys, we'll bring our best guys, and we're ready to compete every week.
Fired up, and I love it. That's Malverne, everybody. Clap it up, man. It's North Shore High School up now here at the Nassau Conference for Media Day, and they're, of course, led by head coach Bill Madigan and some of his captains and top players in Casey Gates, Cannon Evans, Tommy Curran, and Joey Cristofari. And Coach, this is your second season here at North Shore. What are some of the things you learned in year one and expect to improve on?
Year one was a learning curve for me. I've been a long-time assistant. Becoming a head coach, getting my feet wet for a year was definitely, a little bit of an adjustment. But having great players like these guys, being the core and building, upon last year and coming into this year, feeling pretty confident. We were a young team last year. I had 8 sophomores up. So hopefully through the experience that they had of playing the game and getting into the game speed, hopefully that'll just continue into some more success this year.
Yeah, how valuable do you think those, game reps and just varsity experience in general will be for those guys as they come back here?
I think it's tremendous value in that. They understood what it takes to play at the varsity level, which forced them to put more work in the off season and 7-on-7 over the summer. And just playing with that game speed, they'll be able to pass that down to the younger players and push them through practice and in game play.
Yeah, and a guy last year who was great was Casey Gates, so we'll go to him. And Casey, your coach mentioned that you guys did plenty of 7-on-7 work. So yeah, what did you see from your guys during those workouts?
I really like our skill position guys coming into the season. We have a lot of great players who can play a lot of different positions, and we really showed that at 7-on-7 coming into the season.
Yeah, and of course, 7-on-7 is great, but you need the big guys up front to lead you guys, and Cannon is going to be one of them. So, Cannon, what's the line group looking like here at North Shore?
We're working real hard down there at the line. We're all putting our heads down. We know we have to set the tone up front, so we're working hard and making each other better every day.
Yeah, and the guy you'll be protecting is Joey Cristofari, and Joey, whether it was 7-on-7 or just throwing at the field, what's the relationship kind of been like with your receivers as you've been working here?
Yeah, I mean, all these guys are really close together. I mean, the line up front's going to protect me and all the receivers. We're going to pound the rock, try and move the ball up the field.
Yeah, definitely. We'll go over to Tommy here. And Tommy, North Shore historically, or actually, I mean, probably I want to say like 2021, 2022, won a lot of championships. Last season might have not been what you guys were looking for, but yeah, what's the process been like trying to get back to that standard?
Yeah, last year was a little disappointing from this group. We wanted to make a change going into this year, and I feel like the leadership that we've shown as captains and upperclassmen on this team, we're really leading the younger guys into a winning football program back to what we used to be.
All right, thanks, Tommy. North Shore, everyone. It's another new team in Nassau Conference 4, as it's Oyster Bay / Friends Academy. And their head coach, Andrew Caramico, is here with some of his top guys, and Chase Lordy, Chris Barbera, Sean Lawrenson, Nate Prybutuk, and Anthony Scheidet. And Coach, this is your first season merging with Friends Academy. What have you seen from them in the off season, and what's the experience been like?
Yeah, so honestly, bringing Friends on for us, they're a close school to Oyster Bay, so it was pretty much a natural situation for us, and they've brought a lot of depth and a lot of skill set to where we had some holes. So it's been a really good first 3 days of camp so far.
Yeah, one of those Friends Academy guys is Nate, who's here today. So, Nate, I got to ask you, what's it been like joining a new team here at Oyster Bay? And, yeah, how's it going?
As you know, in previous years with Roslyn, we've had a few tough years. But now coming to Oyster Bay is really a breath of fresh air. And just seeing these guys and how they're committed to winning, it's a whole different culture here, and I'm excited for this year.
Yeah, and you got a returning quarterback in Chase Lordy, who's a captain, and Chase, as a leader, what have you seen from some of these Friends Academy guys coming in, and anyone in particular maybe excite you?
Yeah, so it's awesome having friends with us this year. Definitely from a small school, sometimes you don't have a lot of competition at each position. So bringing the Friends kids on, it definitely helps bring competition to practice, and so far it's been awesome.
Yeah, definitely. And Chris Barbera, you'll be on the line this year. And one of the main themes I feel like we've talked about here with you guys being smaller schools is the importance up front, regardless of how many guys you have or how big you are. So yeah, how important is it to you and this Oyster Bay offensive line unit?
I feel we lost a few people in the line from last year, but we're building it back up as best as we can, and I think it's going to show some promise, and we're going to become more of a community, the line, as it goes on throughout this year, and we're going to be strong, holding everyone up.
Yeah, we'll head over to Sean here, and Sean, you're a returner at wide receiver, so you got some great reps in with Chase. What's that relationship been like building between you two?
Yes, sir. Me and Chase have been working on our chemistry the whole offseason, so we're just hoping to do things right this year and pick up the pieces that we left last year.
Yeah, and Anthony, last year in the games that you played, you were fantastic. I know you missed some time, but to be back for your junior season, how much does that mean to you?
I'm really excited to be able to play my junior season. Last year, even though I got injured, I still came back and helped the team a lot. And this year, I hope that I can continue doing that at my position.
All right, thanks, Anthony. Oyster Bay / Friends Academy. The defending champs in the house, the Seaford Vikings, as head coach Mike McHugh here with some of his players, Michael Kilvaca, Finn Curry, Jackson Pignataro, Mikey Kofod, and Brock Conway. And Coach, last year, you guys won an incredible county championship. So, how have you kind of built off that, even though you lost some incredible seniors?
Yes, last team, although it was packed with a bunch of seniors, we had our juniors, some of them up here, who've contributed both in the Nassau County Championship and the LIC game. They were surrounded by great seniors who've taught them the Seaford football way.
Yeah, and speaking of the Seaford football way, we'll go to Michael Kilvaca here. That's, of course, the last name is very familiar amongst high school football fans, and you had a good junior season. So, yeah, how's it feel to kind of take the reins here, during your senior campaign?
Yeah, no, it's really great to come into my senior season and be the starting running back. I looked up to Brian as well as my brother. My brother taught Brian how to be a good running back. Now Brian taught me. Now I'm ready to put my name out there.
Yeah, without a doubt. We'll head over to Jackson here. And Jackson, you kind of made a name for yourself in the secondary last year, really stepping up. So now with more experience, what are some of your expectations leading a talented Seaford DB group against, there's some great wideouts here, so.
Yeah, man, I'm just so excited. We got a great group of guys. It's not even just our secondary. The rest of our defense is going to be great. We got some younger guys stepping up and some rising seniors that are ready to fill those spots that we lost last year.
Yeah, I was going to say the Seaford's always got a tough defense, and we'll stay in the secondary here because, joining you is going to be Mikey Kofod, and Mikey to team up with Jackson again and, have another year under your belt. What are you looking forward to the most when it comes to that?
Playing with Jackson is great. We've been playing since we've been little. What I'm most excited for is just to keep on pushing for our goals like last season, just make as far as we can.
Yeah, we'll go to Brock here, and Brock, Coach McHugh said, he mentioned the Seaford football way. So when you hear that, what does that mean to you?
I think the Seaford football way is way of working hard and going in the off season, going to the gym, and going to practice, and getting all your teammates together to work hard with you. That's how we made it to the championship last year. The LIC was by working hard, practicing every day, and we're doing 2 days right now and practicing a lot. Yeah, and we'll head over to Finn and Finn, you're listed as a quarterback. Of course, when people have watched Seaford over the past few years, Michael Spinella has been under center, but now it's your turn. So I guess what have you learned from him, and how excited are you to kind of potentially take the reins?
Yes, I learned a lot from Spin, and taught me how to be a leader. So I'm excited to show what we can do this year.
All right, Seaford Vikings, everyone. It's another newcomer in Nassau Conference 4. It's Valley Stream North here on the stage with me, led by their head coach, Michael Paolo, and some of his top players in Michael Majolo, Jerry Thomas, Alex Wolfish, Ida Bayo Coyote, and Eddie Tercios. So, Coach, first time in, I believe it's got to be around 10 years since you guys have been in Nassau Conference 4. So, what are the new thoughts here joining the new conference?
Well, we have a couple of teams that we've played already, Floral Park, Lynbrook, and Valley Stream South we're familiar with, so I don't have Lynbrook on the schedule, but these new teams, we are familiar with them from back 10 years ago, but a couple of things have changed, but we have a lot of young talent, so hopefully we will be able to compete.
Yeah, without a doubt. We'll head over to Mike here, and Mike, I know you're looking to make a big impact at the linebacker spot. So yeah, what's your thought process kind of going into this season?
Definitely going back as linebacker, starting last year, my junior year. We definitely lost some seniors, but I definitely learned from my middle senior linebacker, Verso, and definitely just being very aggressive on the ball, just overall just dominating the line.
Yeah, and I mean this team's got some size to you, and one of them is Jerry Thomas, who listed at 6'3", 195. How do you kind of plan to use your height to your advantage here?
I just plan to get a lot of passes to me, or even on defense. Like I play DN, so I'll maybe get a swat at the ball, or like using my arms to like get a tackle.
Yeah, we'll head over to Alex here. And Alex, you're the returning center for this team, anchoring the offensive line. So yeah, what's it been like kind of getting the rest of the offensive line up to speed here?
It's been really fun because we lost like 3 seniors on the line last year, and so people stepped up and filled in the holes. And it's great commanding the offensive line and telling the huddle where to go in practice, and we look really good in practice.
Yeah, and one of the guys that's returning with you is Eddie Tercios, and Eddie, what's it been like kind of teaming up with him and with this leading that group up front?
It's been good. We already have some chemistry from when I played JV. Knowing these guys is fun. Like, we know that what we can do, our strengths, our weaknesses. We have new guys coming up, one of them being my brother. So our line is going to be pretty big this year, and I think we can dominate up front.
I'll head over to Adebayo here, who you're expected to definitely get some carries, and you got 2 guys right here blocking in front of you, some pretty big dudes. So how pumped are you to run behind them and potentially make some plays?
Yeah, I'm very excited to play. We have a great line this year. A lot of guys moving up from JV, and I'm very excited to see what they'll do this season.
All right, that's Valley Stream North, everyone. All right, last but not least, it's Valley Stream South as Coach Joseph Guastafesti and some of his guys, Hunter Rush, Jace Thomas, Dave Dyer, and Sherry Raza with us. And Coach, like a couple other teams here, moving into Conference 4, but things are just getting going here. What's it been like this summer?
The summer's been very productive. I'm excited to move back to Conference 4. I consider this the black and blue conference here. It's a lot of downhill, straight at you football. So I'm excited to see what we can do in Conference 4.
And Coach, last season you guys had a game against Division at, I think I want to say 68-64. It was you guys, right?
Yeah, 68-64.
And you're going to see them again in the crossover game. So yeah, I mean, when you saw that announcement, I mean, did it give you flashbacks a little bit or anything like that?
That game was insane. It was pretty wild. I've been coaching for a while, and that was one of the craziest things that I've been a part of. We're excited to play them, but we're excited to play everybody on our schedule. We're focused on week 1 right now.
Yeah, definitely. And I'll start off with Sherry here, who's you're going to be a key offensive lineman for this team. You guys run the wing tee. It's tough to stop. So yeah, let's. How excited are you to kind of be pulling and leading this unit?
I'm very excited to be pulling.
Well, it's also Hunter Rush too. So I gotta say, yeah.
We have a strong group up front. We had 2 seniors who graduated who were a key piece to our offensive line. But we had a bunch of kids come up from JV who are starting to show up and show out.
Yeah, and of course you're a leader, and so is Dave Dyer here on the defensive side of it. And yeah, what's it been like being a leader from the secondary standpoint? Has anything kind of stuck out to you as you guys are developing here, getting ready?
We definitely improved from last year. I'm not gonna lie, we let up a lot, so that's definitely one of the things we wanted to work on this offseason, and I think we did a really good job at that. I've been working with all the DBs this offseason, and it's been exciting, so I'm excited to see what we can do.
Yeah, you'll be teaming up with Jace as well, and that improvement I know is something that you guys are really looking to do. Jace, how do you guys expect to maybe slow down some of these great passing attacks in this room?
we've been working like Dave said, so we're just going to try and play better coverage, focus up, and just make the play on the ball when it's coming out.
And Hunter, I feel like if you run the wing tee, you got to have a certain mentality. So what's that type of mentality you have up front to really guide this offensive line?
Yeah, totally. I like to have that killer mindset and focus on my block and play to the best of my ability.
All right, thanks guys. That was Valley Stream South here closing things out.